Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. If you guys do not know me, my name is Shelly and I work for a major US airline. I've been working with them for almost 4 years now, so I'm really excited. And good news is they are hiring. They're hiring, you guys. This is the time for you to jump in, get your application in, get your coaching in, and get your dream job. I know. It's so exciting. I mean, we have been waiting for this day for so long. Everybody's been asking. They are opening tomorrow, which is June 26th, and they are looking for flight attendants, and you might be it. You might be the next one to join our amazing, soaring, amazing family here at Southwest. And I'm here to tell you what it is that you are needing for this hiring event. Now, again, it's opening tomorrow. I will leave the link down below right here in the description. You guys can click on that. It's not going to work right now. We are on the 25th or the day before. But the 26th, it will open. So right now, if you click on it, like I said, it won't say anything, but you could still submit your application and have it floating. What I mean by that is just you have it kind of hanging in there. So as soon as this little area here opens up, then you can attach that resume that is already floating in the website. So make sure that you click the link down below tomorrow, or you can click today. Just make sure you have your resume ready and just attach it to that link that is going to show up tomorrow when it says, application taken now for flight attendants, and you guys can submit that. There's going to be just a small little window that you guys can do this. I don't know, usually it's about 3 hours. We don't know when it's going to open. It could open at midnight, at night, so the 25th at night, which would be the 26th in the morning. It could be early morning, as early as 8 o'clock in the morning. There's chatter that it might be at around 8 or 9, we want to say Eastern time. So they're probably going to be open from 9 to 12. But again, that's just chatter. There's no definite time. So don't hold it against me. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's very quiet. You just have to keep checking. Now, just know that these computers get overwhelmed so quickly that they may not allow you to enter the website. That is known to happen. It's happened before. It has crashed. Even when I applied, there was too many people applying all at once. Everybody was just overpowered by just the amount of people. The computer just couldn't handle it, and for some reason kind of crashed completely. And when that happened, they actually reopened that evening just to give everybody a chance to reapply if they didn't have a chance that same morning. So I thought that was very kind. With that said, it's really exciting that they are doing this, so because they haven't opened in a while, you guys. They have done it internally. I think they have done it at one point externally, but it wasn't as big as it is now. For some reason, they kept it pretty under wrap for a while. Now that they have it open for the public, I'm so excited to share that with you. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. What is the minimum qualification, you guys? You must be 20 years of age. So make sure when you are applying, you're not 19, going to be 20. You have to already be 20. Okay, so by tomorrow, June 26th, you need to be 20 years of age. You must be authorized to work in the United States. That's another prerequisite. And must possess a valid passport, and it has to be unexpired. So if it expired yesterday and you're applying tomorrow, that'll be a problem. They will not approve your application. So make sure it is not expiring, and make sure it's not expiring in a week also. Make sure you take care of that, especially if you're going to apply and you see that it's expiring in the next few days. Go to renew your passport and make sure you tell them that you need it to be done within that same day. You need like a new passport, just because they will look at that and they will kind of give you that time to do it. But if it takes you too long to renew your passport, you may not be eligible to become a candidate. So you don't want that. You want to make sure you get your passport, guys, as quickly as possible, and a passport that is valid for at least 6 months. Okay, it doesn't say that in here, but I'm just letting you know, just make sure at least it's good for 6 months, and like that you can renew it as you're working. When it comes to education, you guys, a high school diploma or a GED. Okay, so make sure you have that on the time of application, and a college coursework or degree is preferred. So if you do have a degree, you will be a little bit higher than someone that doesn't. It doesn't mean you will not get the job. It just means they will look at you probably quicker than anyone else. So again, college coursework or degree is preferred, is what they said. When it comes to physical ability, you guys, weight must be of such proportion to height that a neat appearance is maintained and physical ability to perform all job functions is not hindered. So meaning you must be proportional, physically is what they're saying, height proportional to weight. Must be able to lift items up to 50 pounds from the floor to above shoulder level as required. Must be able to assist passengers with carry-on items to include assisting with lifting items, because you do help them at times, from the floor to above shoulder level to secure the cabin for takeoff and landing. Must be able to reach above your head with arms fully extended, you guys, to operate aircraft overhead bins and manipulate objects such as emergency equipment and luggage. Must be able to bend down to the ground and assume a squatting position with knees touching the ground in order to arm and disarm an aircraft door to perform CPR, first aid, and other emergency tasks. And that is true. When we are arming or disarming, we have to squat or sometimes kneel. So you know, this is something that we do on a daily basis as we work. Must be able to perform an emergency water evacuation that requires you to jump into the water with a life vest and climb into a raft. So physically you don't feel you can, or you have this big fear of water, this is not the job for you, because you will be put to the test. Now, should you be able to swim or not? I've had a lot of people in my class that did not know how to swim and still managed to pass. You will be, you will have a life vest that can help you through that whole scenario. But I always say if you're more comfortable, it's better for you, because when you fear water, it doesn't look good when you're trying to jump in the water and you just don't want to, and you're kind of reluctant to. I think it just shows that you're just probably not fit for the job. Okay, you guys, so make sure you're acquainted and you're comfortable around water. And if not, just go to the pool nearby. It is summer now. Get that feel next to the water. Just get used to it so that when it comes down to training, you're more comfortable. Must be able to lift, balance, and carry a full drink of tray while walking down the aisle, and walk and stand for significant periods of time. And also, they don't say that, but in turbulence too. I know you're supposed to be seated during turbulence, but if turbulence happens while you're standing with a tray in your hand, you have to be comfortable with that as well. Must be able to move through the cabin aisle and exit an emergency and non-emergency situation. Obviously, you must be able to fit quickly through the overwing window exit and fit into a jump seat harness without modification, which means they will not add some extensions for you. You have to, fit comfortably in it, including closure without a seatbelt extension, like I just said. So if you are seated there and it's really hard for you to close that seatbelt, fortunately, it may not be for you, because they will test you during training. And if you do not fit in it, or even before training during your interviews, and you have to fit in the overwing window exit and it's small, they will have something similar for you to go through it. If you can't, then you can't, okay? How to apply it, guys? Just go to careers.southwestair.com. Link is down below, you guys, so you don't have to write it down. You are required to apply to an open position to be considered for the interview. The only way to apply for a Southwest job is through this site. So don't apply on any other site that you see. Do not do that. Do it through the link that I'll post down below. Okay, fees don't fly here. We will never ask you for any form of payment for application or whatever. So if you are asked for any type of payment, you guys, it is a fall website. They're trying to pretend that they're Southwest, and please do not go with them. All right, interview process, you guys. How does it work? Okay, you're gonna get a virtual to begin with. Okay, it's called a one-way interview. And the way that it works is this: the qualified candidates will begin to be invited to complete a virtual one-way interview. Candidates will be invited to complete this step in different batches. And this step may take longer for some, depending on the number of applications received. Meaning that if you are applying, let's say in the morning at 9 a.m. and someone is applying at 10 a.m., literally probably an hour later, there's probably 1,000 of applicants between you two, those 2 hours. And then it may take a little bit of longer time. So they may call you a little bit further, as opposed to someone that right away got their application looked at and accepted. They may, start the process earlier, as opposed to someone that applied a little bit later. Now, face-to-face interview in person. So you start with the virtual. Okay, so it depends, like I said, depending on where you're at between the time that they open tomorrow, it's going to determine when you're going to get your virtual interview. Once you're done with that and everything went well, you are going to get an in-person, face-to-face interview. Now, candidates selected to move forward are then invited to an in-person interview session in Dallas, Texas. So yes, they will pay for you to fly from wherever you live all the way to Dallas, and then from Dallas all the way back. So you are it's all inclusive. It's not like other airlines where you have to pay your own ticket. They will pay you to go there, and they want to meet you. This interview session will include an information session with fellow candidates, Q&A with our flight attendants interview team, and a panel interview conducted by a recruiter and a current Southwest flight attendant. So basically, when you're seated and you're being interviewed, there's always either a recruiter and a flight attendant. So they both want to see, can we work with this person? How are they answering questions? Are we comfortable with them? And the recruiter is there to kind of see how you're answering the question, if you're gonna be a good fit. So basically, these two are kind of gonna be talking amongst each other after you're done with the interview, and they want to kind of put their inputs together and brainstorm and see if you are a good fit for the company. All right, so they're looking at it as a flight attendant perspective, and they're looking at it as a interviewer perspective, which is very interesting. I like that. We don't conduct group interviews, so do not expect like some other competitive airline where they do group interviews and they see how you react in a group setting. You're not going to have that. We don't conduct group interviews. While you'll have the opportunity to meet and engage with fellow candidates at the session, your interview will be held individually. So you'll meet with them individually, you guys. Okay, so just understand that. The training. Let's talk about training. But before we do so, I do want to talk about the base. If you are hired, you guys, the in-flight base will be. All right, you guys ready? We're going to start with California here. It'll be Oakland, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, so LAX, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Houston. Let's go to Florida here, MCO, which is Orlando. We have Atlanta, we have Nashville, we have Midway, Chicago, and we have Baltimore. So we got 12 bases, you guys, that you get to choose. Obviously, they will appoint a base, maybe not the one you want, but you'll get a chance to write your first choice, your second, and your third. Now, will you get your first choice right away? Probably not, but are you able to transfer? Absolutely. I got my transfer within month number 2. So my first month, I wanted, Phoenix. I ended up getting Denver. After my first month in Denver, I was able to move over to Phoenix. So it's pretty flexible. Sometimes it gets a little saturated. You might have to wait, but you will get the base with some patience for sure. Bases are assigned during training based on company operational needs and seniority. Usually it's Oakland and Denver. Usually the newly hired are usually sent to Denver and Oakland. There's rumor that Nashville is needing some flight attendants right now, so you may be sent there as well. But from what I hear, you're just going to be sent where it's needed. It says when a base opening becomes available, it's awarded based on flight attendant seniority under the collective bargaining agreement, which is a CBA. You've gone through everything, all the virtual and the one-on-one. They like you, they're moving you forward, and you're about to train. Again, they are going to do a background check. Don't forget, they are going to be looking at the last 10 years. So make sure you have W-2s ready. Make sure you have 1040s is what they're called. Make sure that you have all of that ready, because they're going to ask for those just to show proof that you've worked for whatever company you said you did for the last 10 years. Okay, so you are going to get a background check. They're going to look at your arrests. They're going to look at everything that has gone on with you in the last 10 years, okay? Even if you've been arrested about 20 years ago, that will show as well, and that can hinder your chances of becoming a flight attendant. So just understand that. They will ask you, have you ever been arrested? Be honest. Sometimes of being honest and explaining what happened, they may or may not move you forward, but it's always good to be honest. So just be straightforward with them, okay? All right, if you're selected to move forward in the interview and complete the employment screening process, which is the background check, we'll invite you to attend our 4-week training, you guys. It's 4 weeks, just remember that. During training, you'll learn the ins and outs of being a Southwest flight attendant. Just so you know, it's very vigorous and it's very hard, okay? It's not an easy training. You just have to put in a lot of work in it. You got to study, you got to do your homework, you got to pay attention, and you got to get your sleep. If you get all those 4 things, you're good. And you have to maintain a 90 average, you guys. So it is stressful. They do give you 1 chance per category. Hands-on proficiencies, you guys, such as opening, closing the door, doing drills. They're going to give you a chance per category, okay? Just so you understand that. But once the chance is over, basically you are sent home. So just make sure you don't party. You can do that so many days and so many months after that. Just don't mess up your opportunity to have an amazing and great future. They are one of the best airline. It is one of the best airline to work for. So you don't want to mess up your chance by just partying and not showing up in the morning or not waking up or not hearing your alarm. It's not worth it, okay? During training, you'll learn the ins and outs. As we said, you'll complete different proficiencies and assessments throughout training. And you'll be required to memorize our Southwest Airport city codes, really important to know where you're going, and our Southwest public announcements word for word. Those you will be asked to stand in front of a classroom of 40 plus people and perform them in front of everyone. Now, they may take you in a special classroom and have maybe a minimum of 20 students and have you perform in front of them. So they may minimize the classroom people that are going to be standing there, but you have to memorize them and you have to say them in front of everybody. It's really important. Without that, you cannot move forward. So just remember, you will be expected to do so. Please know that training is unpaid. However, flight attendant trainees who graduate receive $1,200 initial training stipend, is what they call it, minus applicable fees and benefits deduction within 5 working days of their graduation. Once you graduate, you get $1,200, like I said, minus here and there from tax and benefits, but you do receive $1,200, which you can apply towards whatever it is that you need once you do graduate. And you also get kind of like a little gift card to help you pay through, your way through training. They're going to give you more details because it changes all the time, and it depends if you're AM class or PM class. I believe AM class gets a little more just because our day is longer than the PM. So to set yourself up for success at training, we strongly encourage you to start learning the airport codes and memorizing all the public announcements before attending class. So make sure you go through that. And if you haven't checked yet, you guys, I have a YouTube video with my daughter where we go over all of the city codes, and I give you guys tricks on how to memorize them. So hopefully that'll help. I'll also link it down below so you guys can refer to that as well. And I was like before, okay, and they also want you to know all the public announcements before attending class, and you can find them on southwestair.com as well. You'll be tested on both of these during the first week of training. Note, our public announcements are subject to change at any time. Always check the flight attendant manual to find the latest public announcement. You'll receive access to all the information you need 4 weeks prior to training class. So just know you will receive it before. So it gives you a good month to practice and do it every day. Now, the flight attendant hiring process is the way that it looks. You research, review our flight attendant resources. Now you apply, okay, submit your application, and then you stand by. Your application is being reviewed, so just wait a little bit. Then your interview, complete your interview and a standard test, all right? Once you're done, you receive your offer, which is called a CJO. You selected for flight attendant training, then you get all excited there. Then you get cleared because they're doing the background check as well, and complete a background check. And then buckle up, it says you've cleared for beginning training. That's so exciting. And you take flight because upon graduating, you're a Southwest flight attendant. You receive your wings, you have a little graduation, and you are part of our amazing family, you guys. It is awesome. I am so excited. I hope to see you guys up in the sky. As far as salary, you guys, and benefits, I want to cover that as well. Oh, and another point I wanted to mention, you guys, if for whatever reason you have difficulty using an online career page or participating in the hiring process due to your disability and need an accommodation, you guys, you may email accommodations with an S dot team at WNCO.com. Again, accommodations with an S dot team at WNCO.com. Please use accommodation requests as the subject line or of your email, or you can call 877-792-4792 and let them know that, this is my situation. I need some assistance. Please help me. And please do not contact them if it's for anything else, but that they will not reply if it's for anything else. Okay, guys? Thank you. If unfortunately you guys do not get the job, okay, let's say it says thank you but no thank you, TBNT, I'm sorry, we enjoyed your, thank you for interviewing with us, but you have not been selected this time around. If you do receive that, you guys, you gotta wait a complete 12 months before you reapply. Now, I don't know when they're gonna reopen again. Like I said, they reopen sometimes once every year, once every 2 to 3 years. It's very sporadic, I guess. But your best bet is to wait 12 months before you can reapply. If we do reopen 6 months from now, please do not try to reapply. They will know it's you and they will not accept your submission. Now, as far as pay, you guys, listen closely. As you all know, we have been elected as one of the highest paying flight attendants in the entire industry. And I'm talking covering all of the airlines combined together. Yes. So this is why the demand is so high. And this is why everybody wants to work for Southwest, just because they really do take care of us financially. Again, the first few years is a little hard unless you put in a lot of work and you barely have any days off if you're willing to do that. If not, it'll take a good 5 years for you to see the difference and maintain a good, comfortable lifestyle and be able to pay for your mortgage, because until then, it is a little bit stressful and it could be a little bit hard, especially if you're taking a pay cut. But again, it takes 5 years to start seeing that amount going up every year, because we do have a raise. We have 2 raises every year. Now, to tell you a little bit more about that, it says new hire flight attendants are currently paid $31.67 per trip after passing flight attendant training. A trip is 243 nautical miles, or approximately every 55 minutes of a flight time. All right, so on reserve, flight attendants are scheduled for at least 78 trips per month. So flight attendants are scheduled for at least 78 trips per month. When you hold a dedicated line for scheduled a line of trip assignment, flight attendants are scheduled for at least 80 trips per month, okay? This may be approximately 13 working days per month. That's the equivalent, not including any commuting, vacation, trips picked up, etc. So you can have more or less depending on what you do with your schedule when it's assigned to you. Estimated first year pay is about $37,000, you guys. Yes, I'm telling you, a lot of people take a big pay cut, but it gets better as the years go by because our increase gets better and better. Southwest flight attendants are paid an hourly per diem allowance for each hour a flight attendant is away from their assigned base. So you could be sleeping, you could be away from your base. You are paid per hour on top of your salary. And they are saying that starting at the time of required check-in and ending 30 minutes after the arrival of their last trip in a sequence. Their per diem is designated as compensation for meals, and the per diem allowance is currently $2.97 per hour, so almost $3 on top of your regular pay. So if your regular pay is $31.67, you're going to add almost $3 to that. So it's almost $34, almost $35. So that's not bad to start. Okay, and there's all, there's a lot of factors. If you're doing international, you're getting paid more. If you're at position A, which makes all the announcement, you're getting $4 more. So you're looking at all that, it adds up really quickly. Okay, international per diem will apply beginning at the report time of the duty period containing international flying, and will continue until the termination of the pairing, including deadheads. So when you're deadheading and it is, say it's international, you're still getting paid that per diem and that, daily payment. I mean, that hourly payment. The per diem allowance is currently $3.54 per hour for international. So it goes from $2.97 to $3.54. That little, dollar and something kind of adds up at the end, because if you've done a 50-hour trip, let's say, just multiply that by $3.54. You can see a little chunk added to your paycheck, which is really nice. Do I have to pay for flight attendant uniform? Yes, you'll be required to purchase uniforms. New hire flight attendant will be credited $500 in their uniform account. Additionally, credits are provided each year. You'll have the opportunity to see and try on uniform pieces, and more details will be provided when you're in training, because you're going to try some uniforms and they'll tell you more. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this answered some of your questions, you guys. I really, really hope that you guys join us. Like I said, it is a great family to be part of, especially in this day and age. It's so hard to find a good job that you look forward to going to, and just enjoying the people you work with. It is a great company. I've been with them, like I said, almost 4 years, and I intend to retire here. It is just an amazing family to be part of. So I hope you guys get your dream job. Again, if you guys need any help, and I mean any help, whether it's with your resume or your interview is coming up, you're a little nervous, you don't know what type of questions, and you're not sure how to go about, just go to flyingwithshelly.com, book a session with me. We can do a Zoom together, or we could just do a one-on-one on the phone if you're more comfortable that way, and we can talk, and I can coach you for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is that you require. I have plenty of reviews here, as you can see. I just got one just today. I trained this wonderful lady, Bryce, who contacted me last week. We did one session together, a Zoom last week, one session yesterday, and she got the job. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. She got the job. I am so, so excited for her. She said she couldn't have done it without me, as you can see here. I feel so privileged that I can help and I can kind of guide you in the right direction. So if you guys are still watching, again, a big, big thank you. And make sure you follow me and click the notification bell so you get notified when we are hiring and what's going on. If you need help with your training, your resume, or what to say in your interview, just contact me and I'll be more than delighted to help you guys. All right, guys, love you so much. And thank you again for following me and be part of my channel. Love you guys. Bye.